Good evening. Thank you for joining us here today. This is the Town of Poland Board of Select Persons meeting. It's Tuesday, May 5th. Folks are joining us from Zoom, and you can see the meeting also aired live on cable as well as YouTube. For the agenda this evening, we'll call the meeting to order and do the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll recognize any visitors today and items not on the agenda, go through the reports, manager reports and financial reports. There's nothing under communications, but under new business, we have some ambulance write-offs to approve. We'll go over payables and any other business. And as far as the calendar, we'll talk about that as well. So at this time, let's rise and say the pledge, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So first up, we have a couple folks in the room. We have Don Lawler. So I know that you have some questions about the evaluation, so we wanted to spend a few minutes to just talk about that. So we have started to just announce and to give the public some time to understand it, ask questions, and prepare. So we'll talk about that a little bit. So we're looking to do reevaluations and new assessment across the town in 2027. This will impact 2028 taxes, or taxes for fiscal year 2028, which means that the first half of the taxes would be due October 2027, and the second half would be due in October of 2028. I can take a quick stab at that,
Sure.
but
I can pick
or-
up on it.
yeah.
So revaluation is required by state statute if we fall below what the state says our value should be. The state says that the value of Poland is way up here. Okay, they look at all the properties and how much sell. We come in saying our property valuation that we actually tax people on is here. And we're starting to get a bigger and bigger gap, and by the time this goes to revaluation, we will have fall below their threshold of 70%, and we will start losing money. So in order to keep up with that, we have to do a revaluation on property. A revaluation is different than an assessment. Okay, an assessment that we do is what we've done twice now. We did it for, I believe, 30% one year and 33% one year. And what that is you can raise taxes across the board, everybody the same. No properties are looked at, nothing's looked at, everybody's taxes raised up the same amount, whether you're waterfront, business, residential, anything, they all raise the same. We're allowed to do that twice. After twice, we have to revalue, we can't do it again. So the revaluation looks at each individual property. It looks at what condition the property is in. How is the building dilapidated, is it falling down? If so, your taxes might go down. Is the building, 10 times bigger than what we have it listed as? Maybe it was only a 2-bedroom and you've built on it and it's now a 6-bedroom. Well, your taxes are going to increase because of the improvements that you did. They'll also look at your property value, are you waterfront properties? The biggest thing they look at is what are the houses selling for nowadays? That's what the state looks at, so that's what we're required to look at. What is the average house with your kind of dynamics selling for in your area? And they use that as part of the equation. So we will be required to do this. We've had the money now set aside for a few years for us to go ahead and do this when it was time. And a lot of people think that taxes are going to jump really high because my value went up in my property. The thing to understand is here in Poland, your taxes can only go up if the budgets go up. School budget, county budget, or town budget. In Poland, the taxpayers are the ones who approve the school budget and the town budget. So if your value goes up on your property, but if your value goes up on your property, but the budgets get voted down and they stay the same, there's no increase to your taxes.
Right.
But I have to be careful in saying that because the other thing is too, is the costs of everything are going up for the town and the school also. So if you don't do a moderate increase, I know the town is looking at 2.56.
2.43.
2.43% increase in their budget this year. If we don't go up that 2.43%, then we're gonna have to cut some. It's not a lot, but we're gonna have to cut from somewhere. And at some time, that might mean maybe we have to close a day for somewhere or something like that, to make up the difference, type thing. So we might lose some services, we may not, we may be able to cut it somewhere else, but it just means we're gonna have to cut something. So in Poland, it's a little different. Lewiston, they don't get to vote on their budget at all for the city. The councilors do that. And so that's all in their councilors' hands, and that's why their taxes increase so much. But here in Poland, our residents get to vote on the budget for both school and the town, so they do get a say in that. So I wanna make sure people are very clear in that you guys get a say in how much money. Just because the value of your property goes up doesn't mean we can collect any more money from you if we don't have a bigger budget to collect money for.
And I will pipe in and say that our town manager and the department heads do a phenomenal job keeping the budgets just as tight as they can. There's not a lot of wiggle room in those
No, I know,
budgets.
I go to a lot of the, well, I used to go to all the town meetings when they held it at the school.
Yeah,
They canceled, they quit doing that, and I'm not very good with the computer, so I don't
yeah.
deal with it. But I vote on it, and I keep an eye on it, but.
Yeah. So do either of you have any questions about it?
Is that 2.43, whatever it is, that including the school and the municipal, or just,
No,
that's
that
just
is
the
just-
municipal, right?
That's just municipal.
Okay, that's
We
not
don't have a
including the
final
school
number
yet.
from the school
Okay,
yet.
all right. Just
But it
wanted
is
to-
two separate,
Right.
two separate ballots.
Right.
So you'll see the town ballot with all the departments and what all theirs are at, and then you'll see the school ballot, and you'll see what theirs is.
Okay.
So they are two different ballots at the polls on June 9th. Absentee ballots are actually, what are we in? We're in May. Are available starting May 9th here at the
Couple
town
days.
office. So, if you have trouble getting in over there or don't think you're gonna be available that day, you can
Yep.
come here and get an absentee ballot from the clerks here during normal business hours. And either fill it out here and seal it and sign it and hand it in, or you can drop it in the drop box out front. But definitely get out and vote and make it known what you want. But that's the way to keep your taxes down. And luckily in Poland, like I said, the residents really get the say in what they want done.
I hope I don't have a foolish question here, I'm new to Poland,
You're-
so. I did go to a school budget meeting once, and my understanding is there's 3 towns underneath that budget.
Yes.
So how does that work if you're saying that that school budget is impacting that? Does it show definitively each town's?
It does not.
It-
It is an overall budget for the whole RSU 16.
But it is broken down by what each town pays percentage-wise,
Not
like,
on the warrant, not on, the article
Oh, I'm
actually,
sorry.
yeah, the ballot
just
only
asks if you wanna
says,
pass the
do you
budget or not.
approve it or not, and that's it. So you really have to pay close attention to, their meetings and what they're handing out. The last time I looked at it, it looked like from the numbers that I saw, now these are not final numbers, they haven't done their thing. It looked like they were asking for like a 7.8% increase or something like that overall. But again, I can't be positive because I just saw it on their website and looked at last year's number and what they would assess Poland for this year and saw that. So again, we kind of have to wait until they make their determination and put it forward to the voters on what theirs is gonna be. With the 3 towns, what happens is it's a 1-for-1. So it's everybody in all 3 towns and it's whether it's passed by the majority over the 3 towns. So each town does not get a say. It's like, people think, oh, Poland's the biggest, so if it fails in Poland, it automatically fails. We don't get any weight, it's a 1-for-1. So, all we can do is encourage voters to get out there and vote with what you think is the right thing to do.
And Poland is the larger municipality under the RSU, so Poland does pay a higher portion of the RSU 16 budget. So that's something to keep in mind, but every vote is weighted 1-to-1, but we have more registered voters in our town, so.
So are we gonna be expecting anybody to come around and inspect the properties for this reval, or?
Yep, so July 2027, they will start
July
coming around.
2027, okay.
And,
I don't know why I'm here, because it's not, I just saw that
Yeah,
stupid
you're gonna
email.
start on
I
it.
they
thought they
may,
were gonna start talking
they
about
may, they'll come around to your property, they'll have signs on their vehicles saying who they're with, the name tags. And they may look outside, if you want to get a jump on it and give them an idea, you can always call in before then and say, hey, I live at this property, And I'd like you to look at the inside of my house, because maybe you have some major water damage or something inside your home that they can't see from the outside. They regularly won't go inside homes unless they're invited in, so if there's something out there that you really want them to take a look at so you can get a fair assessment, then, call them up and ask when you come to visit my property, could you come inside the home and actually look at a couple of things, because I think my value is a lot less than what it looks like from the outside, maybe.
Okay.
Because, some people have curb appeal.
I'm sorry I'm hearing this early, I didn't
No,
realize it.
you're
No, it's fine.
It's
Yeah, I read this
We
like
wanted
that.
to get the word out because we
Absolutely.
saw people really up in hands about the Lewiston revaluation, and we wanted to make sure people understood it and had a chance to understand it before we did ours,
Okay.
so. Any other questions?
No, I'm all set with it.
So I assume they go down private roads also, right?
Yes,
Okay.
every property in
Everyone.
Poland,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is manager reports.
Okay, the manager report for 5 May, Maine Waste to Energy. Good news, we're projecting to end the fiscal year with a positive cash balance, which is a big step up from where we were at the beginning of the calendar year. And we're repairing and replacing some components of the fire detection and suppression system there. For AvCog, I attended their annual meeting. It was elected vice president. The library, the plan is to close during construction and offer programs and other services as can be supported. We walked through the library with the contractor to determine what items would need to be moved, and also reviewed how the June 9th election would impact construction. The planned start date for that is June 1st. We are going to put out some more information very soon. Our new library director, this is her first week on the job. She's off to a brilliant start. Has got a nice letter that we'll publish so people can see that and understand what's happening. But it's going to be a good result in the end, but it's going to be, I think, a bit challenging. If you go to the library right now, there's a lot of books that have been moved. But more to follow on that as we move forward. On the Parks and Recreation Director marked out the lines to show locations of various features. We expect to start work on the stage seating and electrical conduit soon. Public Works is up there and constructed the walking path around the park, so that's in there now. The base for the stage is there, and as time and workload permit, Public Works has a few more things they're gonna do, but that project is off. Transfer station, we hired one new full-time and one part-time employee. The part-time guy is still in the medical clearing process, but we're glad to have them there. The Lewiston Auburn Economic Growth Committee, we reviewed the Regional Image Initiative. They're exploring Discover Guide, business-to-business efforts and entrepreneurial initiatives, which is how to support new business founders. They've got a new chair there, and he's pretty energized, so that was a good first meeting with him. We applied for 3 grants to replace fairly large culverts in town, 2 on Hardscrabble, 1 on Hackett Mills. We'll see how that pans out, but those will be expensive to pay for if we don't get some help from the state. And pending any questions, that's the manager report.
Hey man, I got just kind of information on, it's not up there, on how's things going with the library as far as how we on track for the budget? Any changes at this point? You foresee anything like down the road
Well,
for expenditures? I mean, nothing's ever perfect, but, I mean,
so what we're doing is we've deleted certain features from the design to get down to the budget, which is the money we have, and we've done that. Our construction company's been really good about doing that. I'm also looking for more donations to see if we can get more money to add some of those features back in, and I want to have some corpus of funds so at the end of this we can do things, as the contractor says, pay for soft costs like furniture and that kind of stuff. So I think as we get into it, we'll talk more about what's going on, but that's where we are today. It's what we really need to do is get contracts signed with USDA and get going, and then we'll see how things go as we progress, but I think it'll be okay.
I mean, we have the money, right?
We do.
Yeah, so what do you mean donations, like, do we have the money for, like, inside out everything?
We have the money for the stuff that we are willing to pay for right now. There's some things that we took off the plate and, in order to get down to that number.
Oh.
So, nothing too major.
But what, so donations, how do we get donations?
You open up your wallet
Really?
and,
Does that work for all of us? Because I'm looking for some donations.
so that's the project I'm working on, and we'll see how good a fundraiser I am.
Is there gonna be food?
No, there's no food.
Well, I think you're gonna fail. No.
You had a question?
Yeah, and regarding the library, I saw somewhere that they were raising funds specifically for bookcases.
That's right.
Has that been met, or is that still, like, I haven't seen
They
any
have
updates?
$1,300 in their bookcase fund now, and if you or anyone else is interested in helping that would be wonderful. And if you stop by the library and talk to any of them, they can tell you how you can be part of that effort.
Okay,
That'd be wonderful, thank you.
And definitely just let them know you want it to be dedicated towards the bookcases, that way.
Or
it's not-
whatever general fund, I mean, I hate.
Well, we have
not
one
to-
that's a dedicated fund, which is for the expansion of the library and new things for the library, and then there's another one that's just donations, which they just use to buy new books sometimes if they run out of money and stuff like that.
Okay.
So if you want it dedicated for the expansion part or the new part of the library, for that sense, then just make sure you say it's dedicated towards the new part, and then
Okay,
it'll be earmarked for that, and it won't be mixed in with regular donations.
okay.
Okay.
And I did have another question. Where's the park?
It is directly in back of the library.
Oh, okay.
It's that open field area, and that's where all be a stage, some things that children can play on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be nice when it gets done.
It will be.
There's
It's in
also
the
a lot
early
of-
stages.
There's a network of some walking trails too,
Mm.
and one of
It's all uphill,
trailheads is
don't
there.
go there.
Yeah, I think
Done
I
it, done
did
it,
back
it's
there,
all
like, oh,
uphill.
that looks a little
Yeah.
sturdy.
Great. Any other questions, comments on the manager reports? Okay, next are the financial reports.
We're 87.46% through the year. Things are going fine. On the revenue side, motor vehicle excise at 93.22, a little higher. That's a good news story there. On the expense side, we're actually doing quite well. Overall, we're below the glide slope at 85.05%. Everything is below, well below 87.46, with the exception of our public safety area. And what's driving that is our law enforcement contract. That's just due to timing of payments. And then you see financial services, which is just slightly higher. But what drives that is the payment made to the school because it's so large. But we're on track and no issues with finances. Penny, any questions? That's the financial report.
I move to accept the town manager's financial report as read.
I'll second that.
John DeSantis.
Yes.
Marion Hawks.
Yes.
Lisa Alby.
Yes.
Jackson Learn.
Yes.
With a vote 4-0, you have approved the financial reports as written. And just to make a note, Jim Walker is on Zoom with us tonight.
Next, we have some write-offs.
Yep, these are the ambulance write-offs for April, a grand total amount of $15,233.12. These are ambulance bills that have gone out for collection, but we have not received any payment on them, so now it's time to write them off. We do this typically once a quarter, I think.
Yep, these are the ones that are going to collections.
So, we see this every year. Is this ever gonna go away? I
No,
mean, no?
It will never go away.
How does this amount compare to like last year? Because I feel like this seems a
To,
little, the amount of the write-off.
Yeah,
I don't
Similar,
know.
It's very similar.
Okay.
Yeah, year over year is very similar to the write-off that we have.
in the ambulance service we provide for Mechanic Falls, correct? Am I-
We just go from 6 AM to 6 PM.
Yep.
And they have United that is supposed to be there for the overnight hours.
Supposed to. Are they?
Pardon?
Supposed to be, are they? The answer
I
is no.
Not all the time, but that's the arrangement they have for their overnight ambulance service.
That doesn't affect us though, right?
Hmm?
Doesn't affect Poland. We provide the service though, right? If they don't,
If-
Do their part, then we
If United
have
doesn't
to.
show up or isn't en route, yes, Poland will
Yeah.
do mutual aid and go out to the call.
Who's responsible for paying that? The town or the recipient?
Recipient,
And that's the problem we're having, is collecting that.
yes.
So at this time, we just need a motion to
accept.
accept these write-offs.
Yeah, so
for
we
the-
make a motion to, as the proposed, the ambulance write-offs for $15,233.12.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, just a quick question. The ambulance contract that you go back to on the general, says $153,986. I'm just curious what that one is.
This one there,
4152.
right off there.
Those are contractual write-offs, so those are the write-offs that the insurance companies write off.
Gotcha.
So we can only collect a certain amount with insurance companies, and so that's the amount of the bill that we have to write off from the write-off from the insurance company.
Gotcha.
So all the insurance companies have different amounts that they'll allow us to bill them.
And
So
that's
we-
the same thing with the debt down below.
The debt below is the actual ones that we write off to be uncollectible, that we can't collect. We've sent out bills numerous times and we're not getting a response.
And those
How-
are with collection agencies.
So they go to the collection agency at that point.
Gotcha.
John DeSantis,
Yes,
Marion Hawks,
Yes.
Lisa Alby,
Yes.
Jackson Lerner.
Yes.
With a vote 4-0, you have approved the ambulance write-offs in the amount of $15,233.12.
Next, we have payables on page 23. And we just need a motion to approve those.
I say we make a motion to pay our bills totaling an amount of $208,192.70.
I'll second that.
John DeSantis.
Yes.
Marion Hawks.
Yes.
Lisa Alby.
Yes.
Jackson Lerner.
Yes.
With a vote 4-0, you have approved the payables in the amount of $208,192.70. I think that is one of the lowest amounts we've had.
I was thinking that,
That was an easy number to say.
yeah.
Like it.
And then the only item on the calendar is just letting folks know that the annual town meeting, which is really the referendum that has all of the warrants for the budget, is happening on Tuesday, June 9th, and polls will be open from 8 to 8 at the town hall. So, any other business?
No, I'm good.
Anything to mention?
Not for
Okay.
me. Not for me.
I think I'm good.
I'm all set.
Just a motion to adjourn?
Motion, make a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
You already did.
Second it.
Oh, I wasn't sure if we had to say the time and everything.
At 7:24. Yes.
Marion Hawks.
Yes.
Lisa Alby.
Yes.
Jackson Lerner.
Yes.
With a vote 4-0, you have adjourned the meeting. Have a good evening, everyone.
All right, thank you. Thanks for coming in.